Everybody, welcome to Storm Talk. This is Wave 3 News meteorologist Brian Good on this Wednesday as we count down to a lot of events going on. So let's get right to it. First off, visible satellites showing how we have this little band of cloud cover now streaming in. This is mainly high-level clouds. It may slow the thermometer down slightly through the midday period, but still, there's enough dry air at play here to allow for a steady climb as we get into the heating of the afternoon. The question is how more cloud cover we will see, how much more cloud cover as far as cumulus we will see, especially west of 65 for the afternoon. That part will certainly impact the actual highs. 68 now in town, 68 in Pale, late nice and warm out. All the actions to our west, severe thunderstorm watch in effect for Arkansas down into Texas, a lot of heavy rain. And the reason why it's a flash flooding scenario, not only is this area fairly saturated, but the main flow along the front is more north than it is to the east. So this is going to take some time to get all this thunderstorm activity into our area, but it will eventually arrive here over the next 12 to 18 hours. As far as the severe potential for today, moderate risk down into portions of Arkansas. They have extended the slight into West Kentucky and even the marginal west of Louisville, say around Harrison County for the overnight activity, but it'll be fading. And then tomorrow, if there's anything that could redevelop again along the front, because the front's going to be a midday front for us here in Louisville especially, if they were to try to redevelop along that, it would be mainly east of Louisville. In fact, it's more of a I-75 issue the way things are beginning to trend. Here's the high-res model for the afternoon period. You see how we get these mean-looking thunderstorms that may light up the radar and they look like they're coming right at us, but a lot of it tracks more north than east. Still can't roll out. For those of you from Jasper to Bedford, you could certainly feel, if you don't get a thunderstorm, you could certainly get an outflow boundary that could come through your area for the afternoon. So we'll monitor you guys carefully. The rest of us will have to deal with passing clouds, but still very warm. I think the record of 90 looks safe, but not far from it either. All right, so let's talk about tomorrow. We'll start with the overnight period, very early in the morning period as the front moves in. Again, some showers, thunderstorms, so the morning commute appear to be on the table at that point. Then as the front passes, there could be that slight regeneration, mainly to the east of Louisville if anything were to fire. Otherwise, the cloud cover may take a bit of time to get through here. But as the afternoon wears on, we'll have enough sun to get late day highs tomorrow. So we'll likely cool into the 60s. Our high tomorrow of 72 may occur in the very last few hours of daylight as the skies thin out. Then as we head into Friday, we deal with the effects of the warm front getting close to us. Now, it's not so much the warm front giving us the rain chance Friday as it is a little piece of energy that rotates in from Missouri into Indiana. As that happens, that may enhance some thunderstorm activity across the region as we head into late Friday into the overnight period. We'll watch that because there's enough of a wind belt involved in this. There's enough even for the overnight period as far as wind shear that there could be some severe weather with that. It doesn't look to be an outbreak kind of a deal for us, but we'll watch it carefully. A lot of lightning, very intense lightning, is likely with this setup for Friday night and very early on Saturday. This is before all the races and stuff. There could be some heavy thunderstorms in the area, so we'll be monitoring that. Slight risk for all of our counties and an enhanced risk, by the way, for our West Kentucky. Then we actually deal with the warm front as we head into Saturday morning. Now, the speed of this front has been the focal point for the entire week. Is how quickly can we get this to the north? Now, obviously, the NAM model is way to the north compared to the others at the moment. Is it onto something? Because it's one of the first higher res models that's trying to lock onto that idea. We don't know yet. We don't have enough data from that model to know for sure, but at the moment, at least the trend is to keep the rain chance in the forecast still for the race, very scattered fashion. We should see the warm front lift to the north. Now, how quickly that happens will determine how quickly we can get some drier air to work its way in here. Not exactly dry, because we're going to become more like Louisiana as far as kind of the weather they experience. Humid. There could be a passing thunderstorm in the afternoon period. We may have some sunshine, but it may be a lot of cumulus clouds out there to battle as well, and quite warm. But it should improve and get to the point where it's going to be very muggy Saturday night. Opening night, Churchill Downs, there's going to be a lot of people that will be fanning themselves. The humidity will be up. First time, really, this season we've had humidity levels that appear to be showing up at this level for Saturday night. Then as we head into Sunday, we actually deal with the main front itself. The low is going to head nearly due north in the Great Lakes. So it's going to take a while to push the front through the area. That will still allow, though, for some showers and thunderstorms rolling through. Look at these dew points as we head into the short-term period here. Look at the 70-degree dew points. This is why they've got that moderate risk out into southern areas of Arkansas. You get a dew point to that level, that's more like July standards, and you combine the wind fields you got aloft as well. There you go, you got severe weather for that region. Now, even for our area, for Saturday afternoon, we will still be dealing with, again, that high level of humidity. If the dew point ends up being close to 70 all day, which I doubt will be that warm, or that high, I should say, it still will be a very sticky afternoon, it looks like. Severe weather threat on Saturday afternoon should still focus closer to where those 70-degree dew points are, just to our west. I do see that on Sunday afternoon, so far the trends are there that will be capped, so we should have some dry weather Sunday afternoon for at least a few hours. But as we do the evening, we lose that cap, and then we deal with strong wind field with that front passing in. Now, there is a bit of displacement from strong winds and the actual front moving in, but enough time period of them being close together. We got to monitor this. Look at these are called PWATs, the precipitable water. This is a flow that is coming straight off the Gulf of Mexico right into Indiana, Ohio, and central Kentucky. So this is a tremendous amount of rainfall. If this front on Sunday afternoon night is really slow to move, we may find ourselves into a lot of flash flood warning scenarios. Severe weather aside, flash flooding may end up becoming a bigger issue here. The one thing that, as far as severe weather goes, that may help us is the possibility that some of these thunderstorms across Alabama may be a little more widespread, and they may help limit a bit of how the instability works its way into our area. So that's something we'll be watching for Sunday night. Just kind of a heads up there. Real quick, mention on Monday, we're on the colder side of the system on Monday. These are the temperatures aloft. If we stay cloudy, and we're getting some indications we may be mostly cloudy at least, but perhaps even overcast along the north of 64, it's going to be a chilly day. And if the GFS especially is right, a lot of you will not get out of the 50s on Monday. And you add some wind to that, it's just not going to feel good. At this point, we'll bet on at least some sunshine to break through those clouds, and that can help get us in the 60s, but not a pleasant one overall there Monday. So let's get further into Derby week. As we head toward the Great Steamboat Race, we do see signs here in the GFS of some warm air pushing in as the GFS. Euro not as aggressive, but still has it. As we head into parade day, we will have a system. The GFS has it already to our east by the time the parade gets started. So the core of the rain should be east, but it will be a relatively cool day because it's been raining most of the day itself and wet outside and not a lot of sun. The Euro is very similar to that idea. So I'm not going to say the parade's going to get rained out because I don't see a lot of support for that, but I do think there will be quite a bit of rain that will be passing through likely just before the parade. So we'll see how that plays out in timing as we get closer, because that's another time-sensitive event, of course. And as we head toward Oaks, we still see a shot of cooler air for this time of the year dropping in, and this will take us down into generally, say, the 60s for highs for Oaks and at least parts of Derby. We should be pulling out of this by Derby Day. What is the difference is whether or not it's going to be sunny or rainy. The GFS has got a clipper-type system diving in, which would give us clouds for Oaks, maybe a few showers. Euro is going with a mainly dry idea. So it's not a sure bet on as far as how the sky condition will be for Oaks and Derby. But at this point, we do at least see a good signal coming in that it will be cooler than normal for Oaks, and then improving on Derby Day, which won't be too bad. As long as it's not going to snow, I'm sure hopefully no one will be upset.